to an episode of Jacob's House of Rock. My name's Jacob, and today we are doing another video on this Kokko Overdrive pedal. If you're not already aware, these are inexpensive clones of classic Tube Screamer pedals. I'm not sure if it's a clone of the TS-808 or 809. Regardless, this is a solid pedal, works really well as just that sort of overdrive. Now, I got a really interesting comment on that video where somebody was asking how this pedal would stack up with a bass guitar, and I figured, since I have an afternoon free, I should do a video on it. My initial thoughts were, I don't think this pedal would work all that well with a bass guitar, seeing as they're originally designed to cut away quite a lot of the bass frequencies and boost some of the mids, because these pedals are often used to really tighten up the guitar sound from really bassy and woofy high-gain amplifiers. So, who knows? I did test it out really quickly though, as I was getting the sound levels ready to do the demo in a sec, and it didn't sound too bad, so maybe I'm wrong. But what I'm gonna do is just gonna bring out my jazz bass, and we're gonna do some sound demos, and you can tell me how it stacks up and what you think. So I got everything ready to go. Got my Fender jazz bass all plugged in. We're running no other pedals except for a tuner and the overdrive pedal. Later on in the video, I will actually change the camera angle so you can actually see the pedal while I'm fiddling with the knobs, so you can see the different sounds we're getting. But just for now, I'm just gonna have it down there 'cause it's easier for me to do this video, basically. We're just using this lovely little Ampeg combo. It's just got a 10-inch speaker, solid state combo. We're using an SM57 and this random JTS NX2 bass microphone. So we're going to be doing a mix of these two microphones as the sound. So what I'll do first, I'll just give you guys the clean tone. Now let's try the pedal. I've got everything set to 12 o'clock just at first to give you guys just the basic impression of what the pedal does. So we will have a increased boost in volume, that'll be the main difference, but we'll see how the tone stacks up. Not bad at all. I can hear some of those bass frequencies being a little bit scooped up and definitely an increase in those mids. Let's just do some like quick shot comparisons between the dry signal and with the pedal. So back to clean. Pedal. Clean. Pedal. Okay. Try some more clean. Pedal. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna up some of that gain and we'll see what that sounds like. So clean. And with the pedal. Okay, so we're definitely getting some more of that rough metallic sound. Definitely some of those bass frequencies scooped out a bit, so kind of like I predicted. But especially from what I'm hearing, like in the recordings that we're getting, it's not affecting it as much as with the sort of general room sound, so it could still very well be usable, especially depending on the actual tone you're going for. Like, for instance, if you're a fan of Motorhead and like Lemmy's playing, he cuts out a lot of those bass frequencies. In fact, he plays his Rickenbacker bass right through a Marshall amplifier, and he would remove all the bass from the EQ and just play the mids and the treble up on full. At least that's what I've heard. So, like, if we try and raise the gain up to full, raise the treble on the pedal a little more, and we just try and play some Motorhead-esque stuff. Let's see what that sounds like. Whereas clean, that would sound like this. Alright, so I got a little carried away there, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit extra long of a demo through the pedal when it's maxed out on gain. Because I think that's mainly the reason people would be using this pedal for bass guitar, just as a little bit of a boost and for that gain there, because otherwise I don't really see why you'd want to really cut away the bass frequencies all that much from a bass signal. I don't know, maybe I'm a little crazy. Maybe I'm a little old-fashioned and I think a bass guitar should sound like a bass guitar. No, I'm kidding. I actually love really sort of aggressive, high-pitched sort of bass guitar, hence why I'm a bit of a Yes fan, and a Motorhead fan, and a Geddy Lee fan, and all those sort of things. Actually, you know what? Let's bring in a Rickenbacker, or a Chickenbacker that I've modified quite heavily, and we'll just see what that sounds like through this thing. This is clean. With the pedal. As you can see, I have this thing tuned down to C# standard or C standard, something like that. Yeah, that's not sounding half bad, to be honest. Again, clean, this is what it's like. Off the pedal. Okay, that's pretty good. Basically, what I would equate this to is running a bass through a guitar amp, because that's the kind of effect you get, especially if you're looking for something that does cut away a bit of those really low frequencies, but it still sounds thicker than some guitar amps I've run it through, so it's not that bad. So I've just got a looper pedal set up with a little bass loop. Pardon my mess of a pedal board, by the way. This is disgusting, so I'm sorry about that, but hopefully this will give you guys a good idea of what this pedal sounds like. So yeah, let's just kick it off, and I'll just mess around with these knobs in real time so we can see what it sounds like. There's it off. Alright, so there you guys go. That's my little test with a bass guitar of this Kokko Overdrive pedal. Personally, I think it works pretty well. Like I said, the closest comparison is like playing a bass through a guitar amp, which honestly there's nothing wrong with doing that if you like that sound. So I hope you enjoyed this little video here. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one, fingers crossed. And yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Peace out, keep on rocking, people. Bye!